Well, good morning, YouTube. What's up? What's up? So I want to give a shout out to Florida beating Auburn. Charles Barkley's gonna be sick, but that cat Clayton was putting it on Auburn, Florida. I'm like having flashbacks again to the late '00s. You remember when Billy Donovan actually belonged in college basketball? Maybe go back to college because your NBA situation ain't the same, but that Florida team is taking you back, man. It's like deja vu. Talk about deja vu. A lot of that is going on with these finals. Is it's going to be Florida and Houston. Mm. And again, shout out to Clayton. And of course, if wasn't for if his performance wasn't the main centerpiece, because I know it's not going to be fair, because usually Florida is the centerpiece, but when you have Houston and Duke, you kind of gotta get to the main course. Beating Duke, even though we're in a watered down college basketball era and all that, it's still one of the sweetest things to my eyeballs and my ears when I see it. Even when Krzyzewski's gone, you still feel that Duke is Duke. And Cooper Flag was like Americans as apple pie. So to see him lose the male version of Caitlin Clark, the hype, the hoopla, was he this? People were like asking me left and right, what did I think? And for him to come up short, ironically, against the Houston Cougars. And if you go back to the 80s, you remember when the Cougars were like the most exciting team that didn't win. They lost some heartbreaking games back in the day. Talented galore. Phi Slamma Jamma was one of the best college basketball stories before we get to the running rebels of UNLV and before the Fab Five of Michigan. Phi Slamma Jamma was something else. So Hakeem Olajuwon was actually at the game. So talk about feeling proud. And what a way to come back against Duke. That was a heck of a statement. Calvin Simpson had done a great job for Houston. I'm very happy about it. I do March Madness is one of my favorite things to watch. Because of being a Michigan fan, we got to the 16, but I had no expectations of winning, but it was nice to get deep. But to see Duke lose, see when you think like an old sports fan, like you get into your memories of who you don't like, and you know who you don't like. You grew up not liking these teams, and Duke is one of them. I'm not the biggest North Carolina fan, but Duke I can't stand. And so this was a huge, great college basketball game. The defense stepped their game up. They hustled. That put back dunk. I was thinking about Lorenzo Charles for NC State, how they beat Houston, with Jim Valvano and all that. So this was crazy to see it in reverse. It's amazing when you can watch things in one era and then they hit in a different era. That was a really good game because it looked like Duke might steal a chip, and Houston wasn't having it. So I'm very glad to see that the Cougars set off, and they did the thing. They did the thing. You watch enough college basketball and you watch these guys, you don't know how their career is going to be, but you got those memories of those college battles, of what it meant, the hard work it took, and this is going to be nice. So I'm looking forward to Houston and Florida for the chip. And that's going to be a real heavyweight battle. And Houston is feisty. The Rockets kind of remind me of that too. Houston got a lot to be proud of. They got a college basketball team and an NBA team that they fight. And they're both doing quite well. And they've both been underestimated. Now, I don't know if the Rockets are going to come past OKC. They did beat them the other night, though. Udoka's a heck of a coach, too. So, could be deja vu in Houston. We don't know. But let's just say in college, the Cougars shook it up. And I like that. Now, I know Florida's going to feel like you ain't giving us no love. You ain't talking about us. Well, let's be real. Houston and Duke was the money game. Let's just keep it 100. So, anyway, who you going for in the finals? I like to see Houston win it all. But if Florida wins, the cat's bad. So, we'll see. But the main thing, Duke's not there. And I don't have to hear about Cooper. Cooper Cap. I don't know what to hear about this Cooper. He's got to go sit down, and he's going to the NBA. And then you're gonna hear the hoopla and the hype. So, but anyway, for at least for one day, one night, 48 hours, their hype machine is turned off. Please let me know your thoughts and your takes. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like. Hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.